Take a live look across the Triad where we are finally getting some much needed rain. It's been falling heavy for several hours now. It's expected to continue until about midnight. Good evening, I'm Ben Briscoe. These showers are really good for the Triad since we've been in a drought since last August. Meteorologist Alex Williams, though, is out in the middle of all of it. I'm not so sure he's enjoying it as much. It is really coming down out there, Alex.
And there's puddles around as well, which makes it for a fun evening across the Triad. But like you said, this is beneficial rainfall, and so here we are. That is supposed to be a live look at Winston-Salem. Of course, we're not seeing a whole lot of anything with the low-lying clouds and all of the moisture in as well. Look at our storm system. It is a big, huge area of low pressure, and that continues to bring in some of that moisture and spread it across the Triad. Again, this is beneficial. We need this rain. There's a look at the local radar. You can see some of these scattered showers continue to move across the area, and we'll continue to see that, I think, through the late evening hours. That's when we'll start to see that rain taper off, but it has brought much needed rain to the area. Look at some of these totals here. I mean, we're talking well over an inch for most folks, and that is beneficial since we need about 7 to 9 inches, maybe now 6 to 8 inches because of the rainfall that we had today. So it is definitely helpful and good that we had it. As far as rain chances go, well, they'll be tapering off as we go towards those late evening hours, maybe a lingering mist or drizzle around. But you can see today we did get up into the upper 40s, but as forecasted, we've kind of been stuck in those mid 40s through the rest of the afternoon, the evening tonight. So you will need to keep the rain gear close tonight, but not tomorrow. Tomorrow, weather conditions actually improve very nicely. We'll start to bring back that sunshine, and those temperatures are going to start to warm as we go through the afternoon as well, up into around, say, the upper 50s, close to 60 for some of us. So that is a very, very nice relief from some of the colder temperatures that we're dealing with today. As I said, we're going to continue to see this moisture lift out as we go through the evening tonight. Temperatures falling probably back to around the upper 30s, maybe some mid 30s in there, especially further towards the north and west. And then as we go into your Monday, we'll continue to see some of those sunshine, or at least the temperatures continue to warm, but we will see some sunshine with that as well. Lots of sunshine, at least through our Monday. Clear skies Monday night. And then as we head into Tuesday, guess what? Clouds coming back to town. Yeah, that's right. More clouds coming back into the town. And I think that's going to be something we see for a good part of the week. We're actually going to see quite a bit of cloud cover despite all of the warmer temperatures. We definitely will see those warmer temperatures as we go through the week as well, and lots of clouds, as I mentioned. So despite the clouds, we're still going to see nice mild temperatures. So there's your highest tomorrow, getting close to the upper 50s for us across the Triad, and some of us a little warmer, especially further to the south. But more rain chances are on the way, especially as we go towards late week period. That's when we're going to start to see those rain chances really start to increase once again. So you can see there that as we go into next week, we will be seeing lots of sunshine, at least for the first part of the week. We'll be seeing lots of warm temperatures, though. Temperatures near 20 degrees above average as we head into our Thursday and into our Friday as well. So it just depends on how fast does that front push through into seeing how warm do we get.
Hey, Alex, with all the rain coming down today and all the snow we just had, how are we still in a drought? How much more do we need to get?
Well, like I said earlier, we need probably about 7 to 9 inches of rainfall in order to wipe out this drought. So it is going to take several days like this for us to be able to get beneficial rainfall. I think we've already picked up around an inch. I know we've picked up over an inch at PTI, and so that definitely does help, but we still have a long way to go.
Hey, why does a drought matter to most people? How does it impact your life?
Well, it may not matter right now, but as your lawn tries to come back to life, well, it's not going to have very much moisture with that to feed itself in the ground. So it'll be a lot of brown grass, which is not very pleasant. But as far as you all think about our farmers, what they're growing, your vegetables and things like that that do need to rely on that rain. And if that drought continues, that could bring impacts to some of the local agriculture across the region. And that is definitely something you need to focus on because that's where we get a lot of our food from.
Absolutely. Our Christina Dillon's out on a farm right now. She's going to show you what that looks like at 11 o'clock. Thanks, Alex. You can keep an eye on the rain as it starts to move out this evening. With our 24/7 radar, it streams around the clock right here on WFMY+. New at 6 o'clock, a man is behind bars after investigators say he shot a Greensboro police officer. 59-year-old Oliver Waltington is facing multiple charges from the shooting that happened on January 24th. One officer was injured and treated at the hospital and released. GPD says an officer returned fire and hit the suspect. That suspect just got out of the hospital today and was immediately arrested. Officers say when the suspect opened fire, they were trying to serve a warrant for robbery, sexual battery, and other crimes. Wallington is in jail without bond. Right now, police are also investigating a shooting that happened in Greensboro this afternoon. It was in the 2100 block of Joseph McNeil Avenue. Officers found a person with life-threatening injuries. Police have not identified a suspect. We're working to learn more and we'll bring you updates on air and online. Also happening right now, emergency crews are still on the scene of a large barn fire. This is in the Seagrove area of Randolph County. Officials say the blaze broke out at a property along U.S. Highway 221 South, that's where firefighters say the structure was fully engulfed in flames. Look at this photo and all the flames there. Several multiple aid agencies and the fire marshal's office are assisting on scene. Officers say that some horses escaped the fire. Drivers are asked to avoid the area for now. Again, we are still working to learn more as these stories develop. Be among the first to know when there's an update by checking out WFMYnews2.com. Today, the Hope Fest for Hunger returned to downtown Greensboro for its 8th year, bringing culture and community together to fight food insecurity. People braved the rain for the Multicultural Dance Festival this afternoon, where performances represented cultures from all around the world. Our very own WFMY News 2's Lauren Coleman served as this year's MC. We spoke with one of the event's founders who says this event has grown so much from the beginning and it means a lot for their mission.
We see the crisis that's growing in our community, and it helps us to really work for the people in the community so that we can help to raise much needed funds.
Proceeds from the event support local organizations, including Greensboro Urban Ministry, helping provide food and resources to families in need across Guilford County. The festival comes at a time when the community needs it more. Another organization is preparing to help federal workers during a partial government shutdown. Second Harvest Food Bank has a network of over 320 food pantries and another 170 other food assistance programs across the Triad. They say they are ready to help any federal worker going without a paycheck.
We're facing historic levels of need already across our region, literally doubling the number of individuals we've served since 2022. So, our readiness is about making sure that we have as much food on hand as possible.
It is day 2 of the partial government shutdown. Any federal employees who need help are encouraged to reach out using the number on your screen. Second Harvest says it's monitoring possible federal policy changes, even though programs like SNAP and WIC, they are not being impacted this time around. They're still funded. You can find that number on our website as well. Funding for the Department of Homeland Security ended late Friday after Congress failed to pass a spending bill to fund it. However, most DHS employees are considered essential. They're going to be forced to continue working without pay. All other government agencies have been fully funded through September. Jen Sullivan has the latest from D.C.
Money to fund the Department of Homeland Security has halted. Democrats are pushing for reforms and more oversight of the agency's immigration and customs enforcement before signing off on more funding.
We have a rogue agency. Why don't we rein them in?
The demand for change comes after federal immigration agents fatally shot 2 U.S. citizens last month. Alex Preddy and Renee Nicole Good were killed by DHS agents during protests in Minneapolis. Their deaths sparked nationwide outrage over ICE's handling of protests. As a result, Democrats say they want to see a slew of policy changes, including tougher new use of force guidelines. But the Trump administration says those policies are already in place.
Border Patrol and ICE both have use of force guidelines. They both have operational instructions on, use the minimum force necessary.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer says Democrats also seek no roving patrols, ICE agents blocked from entering churches, schools, or polling places, coordination with local agencies, and no more masks. In response to the January killings, DHS Secretary Kristi Noem announced earlier this month that all DHS agents in Minneapolis would wear body cameras, with the program gradually expanding nationwide. But she did not change the mask policy.
What are you going to do, expose their faces so you can intimidate their families?
A recent poll asked independent voters their thoughts on ICE's enforcement of immigration laws. 71% thought they'd gone too far. I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
This evening, the investigation into the abduction of Nancy Guthrie intensifies as investigators focus on DNA found on a glove. It was discovered about 2 miles from her home. CBS News has the latest as this search enters its 3rd week.
It's now more than 2 weeks after Nancy Guthrie was snatched from her home in the middle of the night. Federal and local authorities are chasing leads, sorting through thousands of tips, and testing DNA in the desperate hope of finding Guthrie and whoever took her.
There has been no sign of life, but I'm going to tell you, too, there's been no sign of death.
Officials have processed fingerprints and DNA evidence, including a glove found on a side of a road near Guthrie's home. The FBI says the glove appears to match those worn by a masked man outside her front door on the night she disappeared. Authorities say the suspect caught on camera appears to be 5'9" to 5'10" with an average build, and at the same time wearing a black Ozark Trail hiker backpack like the one shown in these photos.
That's really what we're focused on. We've got to find that guy. Right now, he's who we want. Somebody out there knows who this is.
The backpack is sold exclusively at Walmart. Sources tell CBS News law enforcement officials reviewed video at this Walmart location in Tucson. Late Friday night, law enforcement flooded a neighborhood about 2 miles away from Nancy Guthrie's home to execute a search warrant at this residence, and they towed a Range Rover from a nearby restaurant parking lot. No one was arrested. Andres Gutierrez, CBS News, Tucson, Arizona.
This week, the City of Greensboro's Chamber of Commerce is hosting restaurant takeovers. It's to help local businesses during a time when many are starting to close their doors. WFMY News 2's Giselle Thomas posted a video to our Facebook page with the details.
If you love to support local businesses, you may want to listen up. Greensboro's Chamber of Commerce is doing what it's calling a restaurant takeover at local businesses all throughout the city. This week, it was hosted at Jake's Diner downtown. The owner says it was a blessing to see so many neighbors come out and just enjoy and fellowship. The Chamber of Commerce says that it's going to be posting its next restaurant takeover on Monday.
That forecast, as far as some of the scattered showers go, there's a better look at radar. You can see maybe starting to get some of those batches to lighten up a little bit, but we are just going to keep this lingering very light rain probably over the next couple of hours as it continues to pull off towards the north and east. So do keep the umbrella around. You do need it. I was just outside. I can promise you that you do need the umbrella, but then we can put it away as we go towards this week. I think we see a good bit of cloud cover, Ben, but that's not going to stop us from getting close to the 70s and into the low 70s despite the cloud cover. So that's how warm it's going to be this week. Maybe not a lot of sunshine, but warmer temperatures.
You know what? At least we have good sleeping weather so you can relax the rest of Sunday.
That sounds pretty good.
It was really coming down this morning. I had a hard time getting out of bed.
Yeah, it was pouring basically all day today. So forecast verify.
Well, we need it. Christina Dillon's going to show us exactly why again coming up at 11 o'clock. Until then, I hope you have a great Sunday evening.